This is a Pebble. It's the smartwatch I was wearing almost 2 years before the first Apple Watch was released. To be honest, this is not the first one I was wearing, and believe it or not, the same reasons that made me buy this back then are the same that made me recently purchase a Garmin Instinct 2. Before purchasing it, of course, I went to YouTube. I tried to understand if that would be a smartwatch that would work for me. I found a lot of videos explaining how the watch works, walk through the functions, the apps, and things like that, but not a lot of videos talking about the daily use, the opinion of the person wearing the watch. And this is what this video is about. Why did I get this watch instead of an Apple Watch or a Google, what's the name now? Google Wear? A Google Watch or a Fitbit watch? Why this one? And also, if you are familiar with the Garmin family, why did I get the Instinct 2 and not the Instinct 2 Solar? One of the first things I did after wearing this Pebble watch for a while was turning off all the notifications. I found that really annoying. I remember trying them again and even trying some of the notifications, but in the end, I had them all turned off. And this is how I'm wearing the Garmin. All notifications are off. Along the years, I've been using both iPhones and Android phones. I like both. I go back and forth. Back then when I was wearing the Pebble, I was using an iPhone, and there was this Apple store on my way home, and I would go there almost every day to try the Apple Watch. And I didn't like that screen, the touch screen. It was too small. Maybe I was used to this. This doesn't have a touch screen. Another thing I knew would be a problem with the touch screen are my two hobbies, woodworking and gardening. Imagine that messy hand trying to use the touch screen. No, that wouldn't work. And talking about dirty hands, another important point was a waterproof watch. This one is waterproof. This one was, it's not anymore because it's all broken. This was waterproof back then. I want to be able to clean the watch when I'm showering. There is another point related to the screen. I really loved the monochromatic screen of the Pebble. It's the same here on this Instinct 2. I don't know if it is the same technology we have on the Kindle, but the feeling is the same. It doesn't matter how bright the place is, how shiny the sun is, you can always read. It was like this on the Pebble, it was and it still is like this on the Kindle. I love my Kindle, and it is like this on this watch. Remember I told you I turned off all the notifications on the Pebble? I did the same here. This is not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for apps. I'm looking for tracking my runs. I'm looking for sleep tracking, health tracking, and this is pretty good on it. And talking about apps, I don't think that this Garmin is a good option if you are an app person. There are not many apps there. I went through the store to check it, but to give you an idea, I'm using one of the stock, what's the name? Watch faces. I'm using one of the stock watch faces. All of them are customizable, and I changed some things here, but it's one of the stock ones. I didn't even downloaded any watch face. And even comparing the present store with the Pebble store back then, we had so many apps. I remember we had the Runkeeper. This is what I was using back then. But so many apps. Even Evernote had an app there. Now that I'm thinking out loud about it, comparing it to an old app store like this and the present Apple Watch app store, even the Fitbit I think has more apps. If you love apps on your watch, I suggest you check the Garmin store before buying a Garmin watch. There's no way I'm buying a watch that I have to charge every single day or even every other day. I understand that this is not a problem for most of the people. A lot of people buy Apple Watches, and also Google Wear and Fitbits. Anyway, all these watches, they have a similar battery duration. This one has an official, I don't remember if the number is 27, 28. It's 20 something, the official number. I got it with half the battery when I took it out of the box. I didn't charge it, started wearing it, and it lasted me more, I think 2 weeks and 1 or 2 days. So I believe this can last a month or even more because I have all the notifications off and I'm using only the basic functions. And talking about functions, wow, this has a lot of features. If you are a sports type of person, check the website or the other videos where people are showing all the functions. It's incredible. It's a lot. I'm also a very basic person here. I just want to track my runs, steps, health, like I said before. And this is nice because we can use this watch as simple as this, or use the more advanced features. Check the other videos, you'll find some of the links below, and if you Google them, if you search for them on YouTube, there are many videos showing all the functions, and the manual is also very good. You can download it and check all the functions. It's a lot. In other words, this is a watch like this one, a Casio. You can wear and forget about it. By the way, I read and watched a lot of videos of people talking about how strong this watch is. It's kind of like a G-Shock. Sometimes I even think that this Instinct is a baby from the G-Shock, and the Pebble, it's strong and has all the Pebble features. So again, wear it and forget about it. The companion app on the phone is really good, and since I am a iPhone and Android user, it's great to be able to switch from one phone to another and keep track of everything. I read on the Garmin website that it is possible to send information from Garmin Connect, that is the companion app, to Apple Health, but the app doesn't read any information on Apple Health. As for Google Fit, there is no way to send or read information from Google Fit. But like I said, the app is pretty good. I'm really enjoying it. And by the way, I didn't try to use the app on both phones at the same time because this is not what I do. I stay with the phone for a long time, and then I switch, and then I switch back. So I'm not switching on a daily basis. If you're not familiar with the Garmin family of watch, there's a version of this watch. This is the Instinct 2. There is the Instinct 2 Solar. And as the name implies, yes, it charges with the sun. But for what I was reading and watching, there's a special set of conditions that we need to be able to truly only rely on the sun to charge the watch. And one of the things that immediately came to my mind was winter. And there's also the fact that most of the time I'm inside an office like this. The other feature the Solar has is touch to pay. Yeah, touch to pay, the Garmin Pay, like the Apple Pay, Google Pay. I checked, it is compatible with my bank, but I don't know, it's so convenient to just grab the phone, and and I would have to pay almost 100 extra euros to have these two functions. So I didn't think that it was worth it. Thanks for watching. See you soon.